Hi, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to today's webinar on ISO IEC 40001, everything you should know about AI compliance. Thank you for taking the time to join us. My name is May, and I will be serving as your moderator for today's session. I am pleased to be joined by my co-moderator, Wei Kwan from SGS Malaysia. We will be guiding you through the sessions. This will be a 1-hour webinar, and during this time, we'll cover first the introductions and overview of the ISO 40001, core requirements, key clause, and the benefits, integrating ISO 40001 with existing management system, the case study, implementations, and certification roadmap, and also the Q&A session. If you have any questions during the webinar, please submit in the Q&A box at any time. We'll review them and address your questions during the Q&A session at the end of the presentations. So I'll hand it over to you, Wei Kwan.
Thank you, May. So thank you for the introduction on the agenda. So let us welcome our speaker of today, Ms. Azadeh. She is the ISO IEC 42001 trainer who holds a PhD in modeling and cognitive science and brings over 2 decades of experience bridging information security, AI, artificial intelligence, and management systems. She is a certified ISO IEC 27001 ISMS lead auditor, and she has more than 15 years of experience in implementing information security and governance framework across a variety of industries before transitioning to auditing. Okay. For the past 5 years, she has been working on as AI developer, designer, and consultant, focusing on responsible AI and integration of cognitive science principles into intelligence system. So since then, she has been ISO IEC 42001 trainer and auditor for the past 2 years, supporting organizations in developing and certifying their AI management systems. With her combination of technical depth, research insights, and audit expertise, she is recognized for advancing the alignment between cognitive science, information security, and emerging AI governance standards on a global scale. So with her experience, we heard that today webinar will bring you the information regarding all you should know about ISO 42001. Without further ado, I'll pass on to Ms. Azadeh.
Hello, welcome to this, and thank you. So today, today it's a new era. This field is evolving quickly, reshaping how organizations build, deploy, and govern intelligence systems. And we are going to explore the essentials, what compliance really means in the context of AI, why it's matter, and how business can navigate the growing landscape of regulations, standards, best practices. Whether you are here from technical, legal, or strategic background, you will find that AI compliance is becoming a shared responsibility. My goal in this session is to give you clarity, practical insight, and a solid foundation for responsible and trustworthy AI development. Thank you for joining, and let's dive in. So imagine AI is a brilliant tool that never sleeps, never asks for vacations, and can learn any craft we hand in. That's powerful. Every day we are using it, and maybe we are interacting. That's a powerful. AI is entering a grow-up job era. AI risks are no longer theoretical. They are alive, accelerating, and already weaponized. So the system we built to expand human capability are evolving into the most efficient engine for human failures. And one major risk is AI generating insecure, for example, code or harmful logic with a prompt in a certain way. as you can see, there are so many news in the slides. There are new generation of attacks that you can see, like adversarial attacks that carefully crafted input design to confuse or exploit AI. There are some new type of phishing attacks which are using AI. And there is another side of the risk, which is it's inherited from the AI. The AI is built on a biased informations which give the inaccurate information, and it may affects humans' life every day because of the decisions by the systems that some of the privacy information shared. There is a public links that it shared, and which is shared with everyone, but it's going to the search engines that you may heard, and some of the models has a security flaw, which the privacy informations is revealed, and there is, as I said, because the bias is the most famous one, everyone can see it, and AI systems learn from the data. So you know that. And data carries the fingerprint of human behaviors. It can be a beautiful, messy, and sometimes unfair. It depends on the data sets. If an AI absorbs those patterns without guarding, it can repeat or even amplify them, quietly shaping decisions about, for example, hiring, lending, healthcare, or education in ways no one intended. And as I said, security is important. AI can attack, manipulate, poison, feeding it corrupted data, create some insecure, for example, code, and the privacy is a big issue. Models can sometimes infer sensitive things you never mean to reveal. Larger scale data collection plus clever inferences can create a telescope that sees a bit too far into people's life. And now we talked about all of them because this is a governance problem. Organization can lose track of who built the model, what data is used, what was the source of the data, and what is the destiny of the data. Is it going to be released after deleted? Who is going to make decisions? Without transparency, the system becomes a black box that even its creators struggle to explain. The interesting twist is that risk don't mean AI is doomed. They mean AI developments need the same rigor we set from engineer safety, medical ethics, or aviation standards. So this opened the doors to broader question about how society adopt to powerful tools and how responsibly become just as innovative as the technology itself. So if we want to make it further, this is what we are going to explain it in this webinar, how we can govern AI. So before that, let's go through the introduction of SGS. SGS is founded in 1878, and it is it has 2,500 offices and labs for testing, and it is a #1 world leader in inspections and 99,500 employees has, and then it's a certification body, and today we are in more than 140 a year in business. And we have a diverse business assurance portfolio, as you can see, which is a We start with the assessment, auditing, and certifications. We support clients from the very beginning of their certification journey, all the way to final approval. That includes ISO certification and customized solution. Next is food assurance. We help companies meet both national and international standard for food safety, quality, and sustainability across the entire food chain, including support for CFSI requirements. Digital trust assurance focus on protecting information and ensuring resilience. This covers cybersecurity, privacy, governance, business continuity, and cloud and advisory service that keep organizations secure and prepared. For medical devices regulatory compliance, we guide clients through complex regulations so that the devices meet all requirements for safety, quality, and performance before entering the market. Assurance and verification service help organizations build confidence in their operation by managing quality, risk, safety, and sustainability in structured, measurable way. Our supply chain assurance service strengthens supply chain integrity. This involves risk mapping, customized audit, ESG, and sustainability assurance support clients in reducing risk related to sustainability. We also provide a wide range of training programs we are going to discuss at the end of this session. And finally, our consulting service enhance operational performance and productivity for financial and strategic gains while minimizing risk and based with our consulting expertise. So, why do you think that we need standard? If you travel a lot, you understand what I mean. So ISO is a worldwide federation of national standard bodies representing more than 160 countries. It plays a crucial role in development and adoption of international standards that touch nearly every aspect of our lives, from technology and industrial process to safety, quality, and environmental issue. Unlike many other international organizations, ISO is a non-governmental organization, which means it operates independently. Now it collaborates with both governments and the private sector to establish a standard and support innovation and safety globally. Each member country has a national standard body that represents its interest in ISO. For example, the American National Standard Institute and C represent the United States. Singapore Standard Council represents Singapore. The National Standardization Agency of Indonesia, known as the Badan Standard National, represents Indonesia. The Bureau of Indian Standard represents India. The Deutsche Institute for Normung represent Germany. These national bodies work together to create and refine standards that promote best practices, support global trade, make sure that products and services meet the expectations of quality and safety. ISO's members organization collaborate in development, promotion of an international standard across various domains such as technology, scientific testing, process working conditions, and even addressing societal issues. The standard they develop help improve safety, efficiency and interoperability across industry globally. Once developed, ISO and its members sell documents that provide detailed description of these standards. This is how industries, governments, and organizations worldwide gain access to the expertise and guidelines they need to implement to adhere to ISO. ISO's governance structures include a General Assembly, which serves as a decision-making body for the organizations. So it's now we are going to talk about the ISO IEC 40001. The goal of this standard is managing AI systems effectively and responsibly. The standard specifies the requirements and provide guidance for establishing, implementing, maintaining, and continually improving an AI systems within the context of an organization. Importance. So it is only not to talk about AI management systems. It's talk about the integrating AI management systems with the other standards, especially with the information security. So it's ISO IEC 27001, which is critical in today's data-driven and AI-centric environments. As we talked about the security risk inside the AI systems, integrating both the standards are very important. So because it's a part of the managing risk in an AI system. So AI assurance systems, as you can see, the largest networks, it's the first with 2 acceleration for AIMS certifications, and bright sides, first to deliver AI common criteria evaluation, first to deliver AI management system certification, and Certix is the first to provide end-to-end EU AI Act compliance services for those who want to work in EU or 所以就是因为这样 complicated， 所以我现在要讲清楚先，要我 define 清楚，是可以做吗？又开始可以做到吗？ System is needed. Why we need to start right now? Because it's a lack of biosphere regulations and non-ISO standard for AI means organizations are eager for guidance. So it's the right time if you are an auditor who already in the domain and you understand the technical perspective of AI. It's the right time to start this journey. There is a huge competition to certify because among AI provider and trusted groups, because as you said, if you want to gain a trust for their customers, this is the right time because your product or service is certified with the standard, which is only for managing of AI. And the customer demands for assurance, trust of AI system. And as you know, AI become more popular and the need for a robust AI governance framework has led to this international standards. So why these standards happen? Then because of these. And for the benefit of what are the benefits that you, if you work with these standards, you can have implement AI safety, the evidence of a responsibility and accountability. And then you need to consider some factors like security, safety, fairness, transparency, and data and AI system quality, which are from AI trustworthiness, and show that interesting AI is a strategic decision with clear objectives leads to strong governance concerning AI, and then it make a balance between governance and innovations, which is ensure that AI is used responsibility, especially concerning its continuous learning, and then all relevant safeguards are in place, and then you can combine key frameworks with the experience to implement crucial processes like risk, life cycles, and data management systems, which are very important core of this standard, and contribute to multiple UN Sustainable Development Goal SDGs.
讲来生是每一年的那个 maintenance fee 啦 ，application fee 那比较贵啊。
ISO 42001, which is the first publication was 2023, is a globally accepted standard for AI management systems, and this standard provides requirements for establishing, implementing, maintaining, and continually improving the AI system within the context of the organization. And this standard is for any type of the companies, any type of industries. And it should be integrated with the organization's process and overall management structure. So if I want to give you some examples, if you have a change management in place, it should be integrated with that. If you have incident management, it should be part of it, because AI has their own incidents. So you need to collect the logs from the AI, both to check that how model systems or the AI systems are working, how customers interact with it, and it is important to embed in your current process. The audit, so we have here testimony from AI clearing. The audit when they are the first one who get the ISO IEC 40001 certificate. He said the audit was highly detailed, accurate, and efficient. So SGS has done the audit, bringing value to our AI management process. We were delighted that the experience also highlighted some key strengths, including our robust live and integrated management systems that address ISO 9001, ISO IEC 27001, and 42001 and 45,000. How we handle documentation, our contemplate in AI development, the maturity of AI management systems. So you can see it as pictures from World Summit AI in Amsterdam in 2023, and they get the certifications. So SGS has a different AI assurance product portfolio from the academic courses, which is the full course for this standard, lead auditors trainings, and AI regulations trainings about the risk management, human oversight training, data governance and quality, transparency and explainability, bias and fairness, safety, security, and reliability. And also, SGS has assessment and gap analysis for the standard, and the certification process, which is auditing, like for the and also for the road vehicles, for those who are working in the automobile industry, digital trust labels and common criteria. For a technical AI product testing, SGS has these services of adversarial testings, data quality, robustness, fairness, explainability, LLM, and chatbots, and EU common criteria. We have a great tool, so I encourage you to check it out. It's a free online self-assessment for AI governance and compliance. It aligns with the EU AI Act, ISO 40001, and NIST AI risk management framework, which is this tool helps you to quickly identify gaps in their AI, in your AI system, and receive a summary report with the actionable recommendation. And it is designed for a team's aim to build trustworthy, responsible, and AI and prepare for regulatory requirements. The SGS AI Trust Check is fast, easy, and practical, and it's ideal for AI developers, compliance managers, and business leaders. So you can try it right now. And SGS already certifies some clients, such as AI Clearing, Orient Star Robotic, Nortex, KPMG India, Lenovo Information Technology from China, Changi Airport, and Godet from Japan, and Jaws from Hong Kong. who is this standard for different parties? AI providers, AI producers, AI customers, AI partners, AI subjects, and relevant authority. When we talk about AI providers, they are preparing platforms for users. That platforms uses AI, and or maybe they have a specific product for or a service, which is, for example, a specific chatbot that they build it. Another parties are AI producers, who are AI developers, designers, operators, testers, impact assessors, or even AI customers, AI users, AI partners who integrate different AI systems, or they produce or generate or accrue some data. They are involved in preparing the data sets for the other AI systems and AI subjects, data subjects, other subjects, and any policymakers or regulators. So both standards, ISO 27001 and ISO 42001, shared several key focus areas. First, they both emphasize data security and integrity. ISO 27001 ensures data confidentiality, integrity, and availability through security controls, while ISO 42001 focuses on the quality and ethical use of data in AI systems. Together, they make sure that the data used in AI both secure and reliable. And let's talk about risk management, which is a core in both standards. And ISO 27001 deals with the traditional information security risks, such as data breaches or unauthorized access, while ISO 42001 address AI-specific risk, like algorithmic bias or lack of transparency. By combining those perspective, we create a holistic approach to risk management that cover all possible vulnerability from data leak to AI fairness. Another key synergy lies in trust and transparency. ISO 27001 build stakeholders' trust by ensuring that data is properly protected. Meanwhile, ISO 42001 focus on transparency in AI decision making, explaining how AI model work and ensuring they are used ethically. When we integrate these two standards, we create a trustworthy environment for both data and AI systems, enhancing confidence for users and stakeholders. We also see a synergy in incident management, as an example in the beginning I gave you. And ISO 27001 outlines structured process for managing information security incidents, such as data breaches. ISO 42001, on the other hand, adds an extra layer by emphasizing incident handling, specifically for AI, like model malfunctions or ethical issue. By integrating these, we ensure organizations are prepared to deal with both conventional security issue and unlike any AI challenge. So for example, consider a healthcare AI system for diagnosis. ISO 27001 ensure that the sensitive patient data is kept secure, while ISO 42001 makes sure that the data used is unbiased and high quality. And this combination ensures that the AI not works effectively, but does so in a secure and fair way. So starting with the ISO 27001, you know about this cycle: plan, do, check, act, and continual improvements. This cycle helps in building and maintaining robust information security management systems, ISMS as an abbreviation. And it starts with the planning. This phase involves establishing information security objectives and policy, understanding organizational risk, and defining structure and defining those security requirements. for the organizations. So organizations identify their asset, assess the risk, and determine the controls needed to mitigate those risks. And do is a second phase, which is implementing the chosen information security control to carry out risk mitigation strategy. This involves putting the security policy, procedure, and process into operations, such as an access control and encryptions. And the check phase is a monitoring and review ISMS to ensure it's effectively mitigate the risk. Regular audits and a performance evaluation are conducted to measure compliance and assess the effectiveness of implemented controls. And the last one is the ACT. The ACT phase is where organizations take corrective actions based on a finding from the check phase, and then may involve updating security policies or improving the controls that they already implemented and making changes to address the identified the gap. And this is a cycle, so it's going to again plan, do and check and act. Now we have the same PDCA for the ISO 42001. So we discussed about ISO 27001. Now we go to 40001, which focus on the AI management systems. In the context of this ISO, we need to plan. The planning phase involves defining AI governance strategies, establish objectives for ethical AI use, and ensuring model accountability. Organization identify a specific risk related to AI, such as a data bias or model interpreting, and plan how to mitigate these risks. Do is a phase involve developing, deploying, and operating AI models in line with establishing governance strategy. It includes actions such as data collections, model training, and establishing ethical guidelines for development. Ensuring data quality and model transparency are a key aspect of the phase. And then we go through the check phase in the ISO 42001. Emphasizes on AI monitoring for performance and compliance, similar to ISO 27000. Here we have monitoring the performance again. Organization assess whether AI systems are delivering intended results and whether ethical guidelines are being adhered to. Metrics such as accuracy, fairness, transparency are evaluated, and performance audits are conducted to check compliance. And finally, the last one is the ACT phase, involve adjusting AI management systems and process based on those findings from the check phase. The focus here is making necessary adjustment to improve the model quality, fairness, and reliability. Maybe we have something about data, so data life cycles, and we need to improve it and the cycle is starts again to the plan. So in both ISO standard, the PDCA cycle provide a structured approach for continuous improvement, but the applications here is different. The goal is different. In ISO 27001, the PDCA cycle is focused on safeguarding and confidential integrity and availability of information. It ensures that our organization information assets are well protected against evolving threats. But in ISO 42001, the PDCA cycle is applied to manage and improve AI governance, ensuring that AI models are transparent, ethical, and reliable, and that they evolve in line with the organizational objectives and societal norms. Another key similarity is the emphasis on continuous feedback. So both of the standards encourage organizations to learn from incidents, audits, and assessments, and to use that information to improve their systems. So it's in ISO 27001, that means refining security controls, while in ISO 42001, it means enhancing AI control to better align with the ethical standards and regulatory requirements. So as you can see, both standards have a same diagrams with the some minor things which are different, which is related to the data scopes. So it's as you can see, we can the both standards starts from class 4 to class 10, which is a class 4 to class 7. It's more about the planning phase, and the operational side is do, and the performance evaluation is a check, and then improvement for the act. It's a cycle. So in a class 4, context of the organizations, which is mentioned in both the standards, it's understanding and it's context of organizations. So these, as you can see, the orange one is both for ISMS, Information Security Management Systems, and AI management systems. The gray one, or the black one, it depends on your screen. It's for ISMS or AIMS. So in a context and class 4, the understanding of the organization, its context, and understanding the needs and expectation of interested parties are similar in both standards. But when we go after that, we need to determine the scope of the ISMS or AIMS. So it depends on the standards. And then we need to have define the last one, 4.4, information security or AI management systems. For the leadership, the first one is similar, but the second one, which is you need to define the AI policy or information security policy, and the roles and responsibilities are specifically for, the definition should be based on the security or AI management systems. The class 6, which is a planning, actions to address risk and opportunities and objectives and plan to achieve them, are related to the data standards, but the planning of the changes are the same. For the support, we have in both standards the resources that we need to define it and are documented, the competence. We need to make sure that the people who are involved in both the standards are competent, and they are aware of the systems and how we communicate for these standards, and the documented informations should be available. So, and for the class 8, which is the operations, we are going to talk about operational planning and controls, AI, information security or AI risk assessments, treatments, and AI or information system impact assessment. So it depends on the standards. And the performance evaluations are the same. You need to define some key performance indicators which are smart, specific, measurable, attainable or achievable, and relevant, and which are showing the monitoring and measurements. But based on those standards, I mean, if it's information security, it should be based on confidentiality, integrity, and availability, or if it's AI management system for trustworthy AI KPIs, such as checking the bias or accuracy and the other part of a trustworthiness AI. And in order to make sure that all controls are in place, you need to conduct internal audits, and the management's review should be there. So management should support the whole standard, as because of that we have it in a class 5, the leadership. And then the class 10 is improvements, and it is important to have the continual improvements. And if there is non-conformity and corrective actions, it should be a root cause analysis what happens, and then to make sure that those non-conformity are resolved. In the context of AI, data risks are significant because of the performance of AI model directly depends on the quality and integrity of the data it trains on. One of the biggest risks is the data breaches, where sensitive training data could be exposed, leading to privacy violation and potential legal consequences. Another risk is data bias. If biased or unpresented data is used for a training, AI model can exhibit biased behavior, which can negatively affect decision making and lead to discriminatory outcome. There is also the risk of a data poisoning, where malicious actors deliberately tamper with the data to influence the model's behavior. Recognizing these data risk is crucial for mitigating negative impact and ensuring AI systems are safe and ethical. Moving on to the data security. When we talk about data security in AI systems, we mean safeguarding the data throughout its life cycle, from data collections, storage, processing, to when it's used in a model in training and inference. Ensuring the confidentiality, integrity, and availability of a data is paramount. And confidentially means protecting sensitive data from unauthorized access, for example, by using encryption techniques to secure data at rest in the transit. Integrity is all about ensuring data hasn't been altered or tampered with, and then this can be addressed by implementing strong access controls and data integrity checks. And availability means ensuring that data and AI services are available when it's needed, which often involve using backup system redundancy measure to prevent data loss in AI systems. And finally, let's discuss privacy consideration. AI systems often rely on a large volume of personal data, which makes privacy protection a top priority. Ensuring compliance with the data protection regulations, such as GDPR or data regulations in each country. This includes implementing practices like data minimizations, meaning only the minimum necessary amount of personal data is collected and processed. Or we can use other techniques such as data anonymizations, pseudonymizations can help protect individual privacy while still allowing useful analysis. So unlike traditional IT systems, AI systems present unique challenges and a risk that need tailored approach to ISO 42001 and provide a framework for addressing these unique risks by focusing on elements such as bias, safety, and reliability, and implementing risk controls from ISO 27001 help us to secure the AI systems confidentiality, integrity, and availability. As I mentioned, for example, ensure that training data and AI models are protected from unauthorized access and they are not modified, those data, and even resilient to any kind of attacks such as denial of service attacks. It's important to have an incident response for AI systems, AI-specific incidents, unlike type of incidents that could arise with AI systems. So we need to consider model misbehaviors, unexpected outcomes, or any ethical violations. Ethical violation from the norms. And as you can see, we had this experience. I was so lucky to be involved in an audit of a Changi Airports group last year, and in March 2025 they certified. So it wasn't last year. I think it was January. It is almost 1 year. And then they said certification confirms our dedication to developing AI in a safe, secure, and responsible manner, enhancing passengers' experience while maintaining operational experience. And for the KPMG, also we had this. We were lucky that we are involved. KPMG aim to demonstrate the leadership in a responsible AI by aligning with global standards. And they get in 2025. So both standards are aligned, and I explained how they have the structure of the standards and the similarity in PDCA cycles and the common goals, and there is a synergy between these two standards. And data security and privacy are very important in AI systems, and the core of the ISO 42001 and to do risk management and finding the mitigations and have a structured plan for that. And the incident response and management is also important in the era of a new generation of attacks for AI and the other systems. And I think I will handle this to my friends, May. Thank you. Oh, we cannot hear you.
Hi, thank you, Azadeh, for that informative and engaging sessions. Before we move to the Q&A sessions, I would like to introduce our SGS Academy session. But you can hear me, right? Okay, so before we move to the Q&A, I would like to introduce our SGS Academy, our professional training arm in Singapore and also Malaysia. So we offer a wide range of management system and auditor training course, include the ISO 42000 Artificial Intelligence Management System Lead Auditor course. For those who want to build deeper expertise after today's session. So you may scan the QR code display on your screen to access the full SGS Academy training calendar. To learn more about a specific course, you may simply select the course title to view a detailed information. If you have any inquiries or you would like our team to contact you directly, so you may click on the register here and our team will contact you directly. Before we begin with the Q&A, we also appreciate it if you could take a minute to complete the feedback survey displayed on your screen. Your feedback helps us improve future sessions and design content that fits your learning needs. Now, let's move on to the Q&A session. So we have a few questions that we have on the floor. The first one will be, is IEC 42001 comply with regulatory bodies such as MDR or FDA, mainly for medical device? Azadeh?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we have one question here.
Again?
Yeah, so is 42001 comply with regulatory bodies such as MDR of FDA, mainly for medical device?
So it depends if in your devices, medical devices using AI, you can implement ISO 42001, but this is not a mandatory standard. So you can implement it and you can certify for ISO 42001 if you confirm with all of the controls. So next question, please.
Right. So the next question will be, as software or hardware applications of AI?
So it can be a hardware, AI hardware systems. It can be a software. There's no difference. They can use these standards and implement it. The scope is broad. It doesn't mean that it should be only software. It can be a hardware too.
The next question would be, what are the differences between ISO 42001 versus ISO 27000:2022?
So I explained that part. The difference is about the goal. But they need to be integrated, both the standards. So here the structure of the standards are similar because all of the ISO has the same structure. And here the similarity more than the other standards because used in AI management systems, such as I said, incident management. It's used in this standard too, and even the risk management. From the risk management perspective, we need to consider security risk for AI systems. If you already implemented ISO 27001, you can integrate it and use those security risk for the which is related to that AI management systems to these standards.
So the next questions. May I remote to SGS Malaysia? I'm ready to take the course, but the pathway a bit blurred at the moment.
So it's if you get yourself familiar with the AI, AI, not a very technical perspective, but in a way that you understand how AI system works. If you involve with the implementing, try. My suggestion, if you like learn coding like a Python, it's very easy to start, and then you can start build a small machine learning code, and then you go through the AI management system. Maybe it's more practical for you, and you understand from both perspectives. So you understand how it develops, and then you learn how to make it more AI trustworthiness.
So the next one, if my company only providing for AI infrastructure or hardware such as server with GPU and data center space, do we still require to comply with this certification?
So if you are a provider of some part of AI systems, you can implement it. It depends. So it's just if it's the hardware, I don't think so that there is no AI inside. But if you are a user of AI, for example, you get this infrastructure to the other AI provider, and you need to test it to make sure it. Yes, you can. It depends on what you are doing with that. So maybe you are testing or a users, so you can implement.
Does artificial intelligence management system require a standalone manual, or can it be integrated into our existing ISO 9001 or ISO 27001 QMS?
Yeah, it can be integrated with the other standards, and it should be. I mean, all of the standards should be part of the daily process of the organization. It shouldn't be only implementing this standard. It should be part of it and integrated with each other is very important, and it's mentioned in the standard.
The next one will be, how does ISO 42001 define accountability in AI governance?
So ISO 42001 defined the accountability for AI management systems with that especially top management. As I said, the clause number 5 is the leadership. They need to support the implementing of AI management systems, and the core of it is risk assessments that check if it's you build a trustworthiness AI. So you need to assess the risk, define some measurements, some KPIs for that, and then track it, make it, improve it.
Right. So another one. What kind of documentations or statement is considered sufficient to declare that AI systems are implemented and controlled in a company?
So I think it's based on standards. You need to document AI policy. There are lots of documentation because it's 32 controls, and you need to have a statement of applicability of that controls. There are plenty of documentations, so it's I think you need to attend the more deep depth on a course or go through the standard itself. It's not one document, if you mean, but you need to go through the data life cycles documentations, AI life cycles. You need to have a record of or documented records for KPIs, for internal audits, for tracking the management's review, the whole risk management process documentations. Yeah.
And what evidence do auditors usually look for in an AI management system?
So we are looking for implementing the whole standards. So the evidences are, so we go through the deep dive, every clause and controls. But most of the organizations have a lack of documented informations, especially for data lifecycle and AI lifecycles, objectives, AI impact assessments, these kind of things. Yeah.
So we have another question, which is, how do we know that we need to be certified to ISO 42001? Is it depends to customer requirement?
It depends on the customer requirements, your company's strategy to make this statements that you comply with the standards for a trustworthiness AI. If you want to manage AI systems, I recommend to implement this standard.
The next one will be the standard of 42001 covers the AI as software or at its applications such as implementation on robotics or other applications.
Yeah, it can be a robotics and other application. It's a broad any AI system which is doing the automations and what mimicking what human does. So it's not specifically to machine learnings or deep learnings. It can be or a generative AI, because everyone right now it's talking about generative AI. It doesn't mean that AI is only generative AI. It can be a robotic and any new type of algorithmics. Yeah. Thanks. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you guys have any questions, please feel free to drop it in the box so that we can ask our presenter directly.
Okay, maybe Azadeh, maybe you can briefly introduce, like, if this ISO 42001, is it applicable for all the organizations, or they are just for those that SME that is not building, they just adopt the AI straight from some other service provider?
This standard is applicable for any type of standards, any type of industries, any type of organization type, like a standard SMEs or government or any type, non-profit organizations. And any type of industry, I mean healthcare or finance, retails, e-commerce. When we discussed about Changi Airport's systems, so for a different kind of their systems, AI systems. So it depends. It doesn't depend on a type of the organization. It's just everyone can every type of organizations and every type of industry, they can leverage these standards and manage their AI systems. Any other questions? I think we almost finished. I cannot hear you guys.
Yeah, so we have another one question, which is when this will be mandatory?
Mandatory. So it depends. So maybe some governments or some regulatory mandate this. So I cannot say this because it depends on the countries. So some countries for their regulations, they prefer to mandate these standards.
All right. So I think that's all the questions that we have for now. So if you have any questions, so maybe you can reach out to us directly. And we almost end the sessions. We just like to thank you once again for everyone for joining today's sessions on ISO 40001 Artificial Intelligence Management System. We hope that the insights shared by Asade have provided a clear understanding of how this standard supports responsible and trustworthy AI governance. So before we close, maybe you can still scan the QR code of our academy training and explore our academy training for Singapore and also Malaysia. On behalf of SGS Singapore and SGS Malaysia, thank you for spending time with us today. We appreciate your appreciation and participations and look forward to seeing you in future webinars and training programs. Hand it over to you, Ekwan.
Thank you, May. Thank you, Asade, for the very good sharing session on the ISO 42001. So before we wrap it up, if you have any further questions or if you need any support from SGS itself, please feel free to submit all questions. Send your email to us. This is the email address that is on the slides show here. So if you're still wondering how you're going to get started on this ISO 42001 journey, first, you probably would like to have some of the foundation of the knowledge on the 42001, can approach us on the ISGS Academy on what kind of courses that we can help you with. Okay, and probably the next one, you can use our digital trust tool, which is actually a free tool for you to use to check on how readiness is your organizations on ISO 42001 and where is the gap. So later on, once you have the results and you know where you are within the journey, and you can act on it and you can contact us further on how we can support you. All right. So I think that's all from my side. Ms. Asade, maybe you have any last words that you want to share?
So you can ask me any questions you can connect me through LinkedIn and ask me any questions. And thank you all for joining. Thanks. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone. Have a great day. Have a good evening. We'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.